Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. And it's actually good to be seen here. Actually, my voice. This is I, Harold von Stuttgart. And it's night. You know what that means? Live from the Tom O'Neill Memorial Studios in the lovely Park Forest apartment complex, fourth floor. It's the one and only Steve Sporty Balls. And here's your host, Steve the Backsman Backsley. Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the broadcast. And you join us just in time. Just in time. My darling, just in time, yes. You join us just in time as we are about to bring you the closing of the light. There we go. You're just in time to hear our show, see our show, and be the show right now. Update. We are at 159 remaining in the second period. It is, oh boy, you guys are going to love this. It is Edmonton 1, Florida 1. Florida leads the Stanley Cup Finals 1-0. Edmonton trying to tie it up. And thus, we begin our little showcase. So, how y'all doing today? Got most of my stuff done. Oh, really? 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 Come on. Come on. It's not. There we go. Let's get that down here. Okay. I'm going to put you over here. I've been a busy little pilgrim today. What with cleaning and doing some stuff. And tomorrow I've been asked to go to a movie tomorrow morning. Okay, so my day is going to be somewhat half and half. I just hope they got the money for the gas because I'm going to need it. $15. I gotta take care of my car. Anyway, so we'll just sprig about we'll you know come to that when necessary. Today was trying to finish up a few things for a little NASCAR thing I got. I'm almost done. So there you go. Let's get to it. Let's get through it. Cha cha, chitty cha cha cha. Okay, we are at 10 minutes, or we're at 10:04 p.m. Eastern Time. Although the little thing up there says 3 minutes 40 seconds that we've been on the air. Who knows? Who cares? But I'm enjoying myself tonight. Tomorrow we got no water. Steve, what did you think of the server rules I made for the L2C Discord? I will check them out before I take my snooze. But hey, if you made them, they got to be good, my friend. They got to be good. Let me see if I can uh, do that. Okay, good. Alrighty. And somewhere around here. Okay, come on. Come on. Okay. Oh, pretty good. Pretty good, my friend. Pretty good. Anyway, let's get on with some sports, shall we? Because we got a lot to do here tonight. And we're on the air until 11 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah, 11 p.m. Eastern. So we're glad you're with us. Anyway, I got back from putt putt golf a little late to get the electronic board going. So, wow. Let's see. What we got here? Ah, well, this is a shaka. Here we go. Lakers head coach situation just got a little bit dicey. We shall explain. We shall hopefully explain. The Lakers spent the last week aggressively pursuing UConn men's basketball head coach Dan Hurley, but after a week of courting and rumors, Hurley will remain in the collegiate ranks. That leaves the Lakers still in search of a coach with the NBA draft just over 2 weeks away. 2 weeks. Now that the Hurley sweepstakes has ended, the Lakers plan to refocus on other candidates. With JJ Redick and James Borrego still on the list of potential coaches per ESPN, Borrego has reportedly already interviewed with the Lakers, and LA is hoping to schedule its first formal interview with Redick. Borrego is currently assistant coach with the New Orleans Pelicans, but prior to that served as the head coach of the Hornets for 4 years. Other names the Lakers were targeting before, with Hurley heated up, were Celtics assistant Sam Castle, Nuggets assistant coach David Adelman, Timberwolves assistant Micah Nori, and Heat assistant Chris Quinn. Before Hurley was a frontrunner for the job with the Lakers, Redick was seen as the top candidate, despite having no prior head coaching experience. Redick recently said he'll address the coaching rumors after he's done calling the NBA Finals, and now that he's potentially back in the race for a Lakers top job, that could become more interesting. LA ideally hopes to install a head coach before the NBA draft, where they'll have to make some important decisions. The Lakers are viewed as favorites to draft Bronny James in the second round, pairing him with his father in the purple and gold. Part of the allure of bringing in Hurley was the possibility of him developing Bronny. Well, with that now out the window, the Lakers will have to ensure whomever is hired has a focus on player development. So that's going to be fun to literally and figuratively go copacetic on, as once again the techno wizards here are just wowing it up. Hey, Matt, Ed, and Eddie. Hey, is Taylor Swift greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU, and Doctor Who? I agree with you on most of that. Um, what is going on? Okay. Alrighty. Let's get back to this, and let's get back to doing what we do naturally. Okay, come on. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, come on. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. Okay, let's get you up here so we can continue on with our story, our reading. because right now we have a stuck teleprompter. No, that's not what we wanted. Let's keep going. Come on. 10 minutes and 4 seconds we've been on the air, and our teleprompter is continuing to have little problems in big time rush. Okay. Let's see. LA ideally hopes to install head coach before the NBA draft, where they'll have to make some important decisions. The Lakers are viewed as favorites to draft Bronny James in the second round, pairing him with his father in the purple and gold. Part of the allure of bringing in Hurley was the possibility of him developing Bronny. But with that now out the window, the Lakers will have to ensure whomever is hired has a focus on player development. The Lakers tried to swing for the fences with bringing Hurley in, but with a low-ball 6-year, $70 million deal, the UConn coach said no. Now LA will have to hope they can find a comparable coach on the market to come in and lead it to success next season. We will find out, won't we? Because right now it is 1-1 in the second intermission. Tomorrow is, of course, Wednesday, and the NBA Finals continue tomorrow night with Dallas down 0-2 to the Boston Celtics. This is going to be a very interesting week. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay, in college football, the president of the NCAA um, had a few things to say. When Charlie Baker was named president of the NC2A in December of 2022, the message directed toward him for membership was clear. Quote, just do something, end quote, Baker said Monday during remarks at the annual National Association of Collegiate Directors of Athletics. Baker did more than that, taking a victory lap of sorts before approximately 3,000 attendees in a packed ballroom at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. During what amounted to a 40-minute State of the Union speech, Baker attempted to soothe that membership in the wake of last month's House versus NC2A settlement. Quote, Baker said, quote, we now have an opportunity to sign off on a framework and put things behind us, Baker said in his first public comments since the landmark settlement. The case settled a series of potentially crippling antitrust cases and set the NC2A on a course where it is on the brink of paying players for performance. As it stands, the NCAA and member schools are on the hook for about $3 billion in back damages. Going forward, power conference schools will be compelled to put aside an average of $22 million annually for the next 10 years to share with athletes. Tremendous hurdles remain ahead over the next decade. While the settlement reduces the antitrust liability from those cases specifically, it doesn't keep other classes of athletes from suing on the other issues. Administrators at the NACDA convention were worried about how Title IX is going to apply, with roster caps likely being part of the settlement money. Money would have to be reallocated to fund those larger caps, which could potentially create gender inequality. Despite the settlement, the NC2A stopped short of agreeing to collectively bargain with athletes, possibly leading toward an employee-employer relationship. The NC2A is still seeking a carve-out from Congress for antitrust exemption to enforce its rules and or carve-out allowing collective bargaining without players being declared employees. If that occurs at all, it probably won't happen until next year, as the congressional session is nearing an end. Baker wouldn't go as far as predicting U.S. District Judge Claudia Wilkin, who is overseeing the settlement, will approve it 100% as written. However, the settlement is expected to progress quickly and possibly being preliminarily finalized by early July. Any benefits to current athletes probably wouldn't arrive until fall of 2025. Wilkin has overseen some of the biggest antitrust cases over the NC2A in the last decade. Baker said, quote, "The only thing I do know is probably nobody has been more closely identified with these issues than she has the last 10 years. She's clearly the best person on the bench to be looking at this. That experience, that history makes me think that she'll take everything she gets seriously. But I wouldn't dream of predicting how she's going to land on this. Well, neither do I, but I wish her much luck." Okay, in golf. By the way, we're at 16 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock, 10:16 Eastern Time. So we're smooth. We are smooth, folks. The last time the U.S. Open visited to Pinehurst number two, the game was quite different. Scotty Scheffler was still in high school. Rory McIlroy had only two major championships to his name, though he doubled that total later in the summer in 2014. Brooks Koepka had yet to contend in a major championship, and as we now know, that didn't last long. The 2014 U.S. Open did mark Koepka's first run at a major, and he's been sprinting through them ever since. Now, with a handful of them to his name, the five-time major champion hopes to return to North Carolina can bring him his third U.S. Open victory and sixth overall. McIlroy aims to catch Koepka by winning his fifth major, and in doing so would break a near-decade-long drought on the major stage, coming close in recent years, including last year's U.S. Open. The four-time major champion will once again put his neck on the line for all just a chance, a neck on the line, all for just a chance to grab his fifth big one. Koepka and McIlroy are the two players with the most major titles in this era, but there are some who could sneak up right behind them with a win of their own. Scheffler iced his third since the start of 2022, his second of the season. Meanwhile, Colin Morikawa is seeking to grab his third as well, and unlike Scheffler, it would represent his third different major, vaulting him into the Grand Slam conversation. Others like Victor Hovland, Max Homa, and Salif Thigala seek their first as they continue to make improvements to their games. Ricky Fowler, the 35-year-old, hopes to catch lightning in a bottle as well, similar to last year, and capture a long-awaited major title to add to his career accolades. So we wish everyone good luck. Okay. Are we completely done here? Yep, 19 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock, 10:19 Eastern Time. We're getting close and close and close to taking a bit of a breather, a bit of a break in the action. Let's see here. What else we got? Okay, now the CBS Sports app is acting up. So we're still going to try for it. Give you all the things we need to do and just do it with spice. Okay, whoops. Hello. Just get that one up. Okay, well, it kind of looks like there is room, or there is going to be room for Caitlin Clark after all in the Olympics, basketball, women's. Caitlin Clark did not make the initial Team USA women's basketball roster for the 24 Paris Olympics, but the Indiana Fever rookie is one of the top alternatives, along with Connecticut Sun forward Brianna Jones, as reported by Shane Shariana. They would be next in line if someone on the 12-player roster got injured or drops out for any reason. Clark said of playing in the Olympics, quote, I think it would be a great opportunity. A lot of ifs. My main focus is on the fever. That's what it is. USA basketball means something. Have a great relationship with them, but the 12 players they have selected are really great players, so they're in good hands. Clark has only played 12 WNBA games so far after being drafted by the Fever, but she's already displaying some of the offensive skills that helped her become college basketball's all-time leading scorer at Iowa. The Hawkeye legend is averaging 16.8 points, 6.3 assists, and 5.3 rebounds per game as a rookie. Um, Jones was a first-round pick in 2017 and has been on the rise the last few seasons. She was the league's most improved player in 2021 and the sixth player of the year in 2022. Team USA women's basketball has won every Olympic gold medal since '96, and they have the chance to extend that record this year. The current team is already star-studded with players such as Ajayi Wilson, Diana Taurasi, and Brianna Stewart leading the way. Paris Olympics opening ceremonies Friday, July 26th. You'll see them live on Peacock and on NBC. Okay, we're at 22 minutes past the hour of 10. Our little clicker here is about a minute behind, so don't worry, folk. Don't worry. Let's see here. We got to have some sort of good things. Another little NFL report. Then we got a break, and then we'll bring you all the scores that we can. And we will definitely have a listen in, a live listen in at one of the minor league ball games. The Detroit Lions fully embraced the underdog mentality in 2021 after Dan Campbell's infamous kneecaps press conference. They leaned on it when they didn't get a win until Thanksgiving, and it was still a thing even as they turned the corner midway through the 2022 season. Last year finally was a breakthrough, a 12-5 season, an NFC North title, racking up more playoff victories in 2 weeks than the previous 6 decades combined. The 2024 Lions can't be the underdogs anymore, right? I say, right? Well, as Dan Campbell, the coach, says, quote, I don't feel that we're in this underdog. Campbell started to tell me, I don't feel that we're in this underdog. I think our guys know where we're at. I would say this. The motivator is we still have things that we circle too. We have our own shit list. So we're the team, with the target on our back, but we've circled some people too now. We have targets too. It's not like we just ran through everybody last year and blew everybody out. We had losses in tough games. We have division opponents. We lost in the NFC Championship game. So we got our own targets, man, and that's the motivator, end quote. Things are the same but different with these Lions. They've dealt with the hype, and now they're dealing with the expectations. Campbell was the front man for this band when he took over in 2021, perhaps the literal strongest voice of the team internally and externally. But the plan all along was to have the players lead this team. Amon Ra St. Brown, Alim McNeil, and Pinay Sewell all had to grow up in the program. Veterans like Frank Ragnow and Taylor Decker had to relearn what it was like to win. Even the quarterback, Jared Goff, had to build back his confidence. And Campbell saw last year that the paradigm had shifted. He wouldn't need to speak up in a team meeting as much because one of the players already had. Quote, until they take the reins, and it's my job and the coach's job, until they find their own voice and they lead this team, then myself and this coaching staff will lead this team, Campbell said. Quote, and the best teams are led by their leaders and by their teammates and peers. It's not from the coaches, and that's what's happening and it's always been the vision, end quote. Goff is unquestionably the leader of this team. He inked a 4-year, $212 million contract extension this offseason as proof positive that he's the guy for years to come to Detroit, except he doesn't allow himself to believe that, not anymore. In 2019, he had playoff success and then earned a top of the market contract for his play from Los Angeles Rams. 5 years later, he did the same thing with the Lions. So, what Goff told the reporter is, I do feel a lot different. This was obviously much harder and had a much deeper meaning to the city and to the fans. And I had to go through a lot personally to get to this point. That's the main difference. I think the last 3 or 4 years have taught me that every single day is valuable. I feel like every day I have to prove myself because at one point it was reality. Well, it is reality. But I feel that in my heart, and I don't think that'll ever leave me. And I think maybe when I was just in year 3 with a new contract, I thought, oh, I'm just a starter. And you don't know any better. Sometimes I feel like because of everything I've gone through, I feel like every single day I have to go out here and prove myself to myself and my teammates and coaches that I'm the guy to lead them. End quote. Respectfully, I say to Goff that the reality to me and everyone else is you are the guy. The 113.6 million in guaranteed money and a full no trade clause doesn't go to a backup. In what world would they trade you and consider this contract a mistake like the Rams did? Come on, don't do this now. Don't do this. Keep it straight. There we go. Trying to coax the teleprompter to continue our salt here. Hmm. Gotta hit this thing and read this. Uh, Third period just began. About 16 minutes remaining in regulation. Edmonton and Florida are tied at 1. So this may go to overtime. We shall have to wait and see. We're trying to wait and see if we can. Oh, correction. Florida has just scored. Florida leads 2-1 over Edmonton. Don't forget, they lead the series, the Stanley Cup Final Series, 1-0. And our teleprompter is saying, why are you doing this to me? Okay. Let's see. In the 34-31 NFC title game lost to the 49ers, the Lions were a third quarter fumble or a circus, Brandon Ayuk catch, or a different fourth down decision away from meeting the Chiefs in Super Bowl 58. Afterward, Campbell said it'll be. Why are you doing this? Get back. We must read, We got scores to do. We're nearing the halfway mark. That means we are nearing the mark where I have to get up and go to the men's room here at the studio. So let's just see what happens. Once again, Florida takes the lead. We got 16:28 remaining in regulation. Edmonton has got to do something before it is really too late. We'll keep updating you on this and hopefully have resolution by the time before we go off the air at 11 o'clock. Okay, let's try that again. In the 34-31 NFC title game lost to the 49ers, the Lions were a third quarter fumble or a circus Brandon Ayuk catch or a different fourth down decision away from meeting the Chiefs in Super Bowl 58. Afterward, Campbell said it will be twice as hard for the Lions to get back to the conference title game. He preaches today about how it will take more for this group to get over that hump. The more has got to be the focus on the details, Campbell said. One of the things I always felt we did a great job of and preach around here was handling pressure. When everything's against you and your back's against the wall and you don't have timeouts and defense has you're pinned down in there, that's when a lot of people crack, and we don't crack. We find a way to get out of it. And that game we cracked, and that team did not. They came to life and found their momentum, and that's why they went where they went. That's a little step we have to get over. We have to be able to handle it at that level, even if it's on the road against a top tier opponent. That's the next level. And the expectations within the building are the same. Goff told reporters this time last year the Lions expected to be in the Super Bowl just like they do today. Maybe the results were surprising to the rest of us, but not to them. There's even greater attention to details, Campbell noted. On the second day of minicamp, Campbell had his first and second teams go through 7 separate end-of-game situations. Down 34-28 with 15 seconds to go at the 16-yard line, the Lions offense eventually got into the end zone on a Goff pass to St. Brown as time expired in the simulated drill. And that right there is the more that Campbell keeps talking about. That's a perfect example, Goff said. Those standards and how we go about our business daily and ultimately on Sunday absolutely will rise for ourselves, but our expectations for what we can be are the same as they've always been. The Lions are both different and the same from what everything is all about. Florida again leads 2-1, 14 minutes, 11 seconds in regulation remain. And we are 2 minutes into the halftime for us. We're going to take a brief break and be back with you shortly. You are watching Steve's Sporty Balls on the L2C Media Network. We will be right back after I fill up. So talk amongst yourselves for a little bit. We'll be back in just a moment. Hoy. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Please do not forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hit all the buttons you can. Why? Because we're lonely. No. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Whew. Wow. Slim Jim. Tabasco flavored. Oh boy. Okay, do we have an update on the College World Series? We should. Then we're going to give you a little bit of a live feasting. The 2024 Best NC2A baseball tournament is underway, and the field for the College World Series is finally set. 8 teams have punched their tickets to the 24 CWS on Monday. Only one spot remained between Georgia and North Carolina State, and it was the Wolfpack who emerged victorious with an 8-5 decision. Florida ousted Clemson with a 13-inning victory on Sunday. Tennessee also advanced Sunday with a lopsided win over Evansville, which entered the weekend as the tournament's biggest remaining. Florida, Tennessee, North Carolina, Florida State, Texas A&M, Virginia, and Kentucky are the 7 teams who have advanced to Omaha in the bracket. The College World Series starts Friday, and the key dates we bring you right here. The regionals, May 31st to June 3rd. Super regionals, June 7th through the 10th. College World Series starts June 14th, and the finals are June 22nd to June 24th. And all the games are on ESPN and the family of networks, and are also available on Fubo, which you can try for free for 7 days. But there we go, there we go, there we go, go. Hey, we are cooking with the petrol here. Yes, sir. And, oh, yes. Shall we, well, first of all, just give me a moment because I think my drink is ready. Yep. Das Trinken is ready. Bubble, not yet. Oh, yeah. Okay. Just cool. And I will just stand guard position here. And we're going treat you to a little bit of, we're going to treat you uh, to a little bit of, oh, now it's not. Wow, that was fast. Okay, give us a moment. We're going to treat you to a little live listening. Let this cool down just a little bit. Cool it down just a bit. Okay. All right. Let's get with it. We haven't done a minor league thing for a while. We're going to do it right now. Then I'll give you some entertainment news and everything else, including the lovely scores. Yes, that's right. Hmm. Okay. We need a little bit of what we like to call the scores. And if you'll give us a moment, I'm going to give you what we like to call pain. Let's get you the complete schedule here, which will give us at least a little bit of a momentary uh, business here. Come on. Carol. Let's get the complete game schedule. And we'll see if indeed there are some listen-ins here. If there is, we'll give you a brief listening. Yes, a brief listening tour. Forgive us for the demarcatable here. There we go. Let's try it all. Okay. Let's go AAA here for just a moment. See what. Oh, no games there, huh? Okay, how about AA? No games in the double A. Thank you. Nope, no games there. How about high A? There's got to be some schedules. Nope, no high A. Single A? Nope, no single A. And, well, the rookie? Nope. Are you sure there's nothing? Okay, we're going for some scores here. Let's go for all scores. See if I'm just dreaming here. There's got to be something here. Anyway, nope, there are no games scheduled for today, so we can't give you a listen in because there's nothing going on tonight. Lovely, isn't it? Okay. Let's go back. We'll have something for you hopefully tomorrow night. Okay, it's 43 minutes, about 44 minutes to or past the hour, 10:44 p.m. Let's give you just a little bit of some scores. In fact, why don't we just give you the scores and I will read them slowly. Okay, Major League Baseball. The end of the fifth inning, White Sox and Mariners scoreless. Mid-fourth, Athletics and Padres are tied at 1. Bottom of the fourth, Astros and Giants are goose eggs. Final scores, Orioles over the Rays 5-2. Twins over the Rockies 5-0. Yanks over the Royals 4-2. And the Brewers over the Blue Jays 3-1. The National Hockey League, Panthers already lead 2-1 in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. We're hoping that before the night ends, Edmonton will come back And in the WNBA, the Sun fell on the Fever 89-72. Let's get you more scores and quickly. Yes, we're going to get you more scores than you can shake a Slim Jim at. Right now, how many minutes left? How many minutes are left in the game? Cha-cha. Looks like 9:28. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, in the international friendlies, Czechia defeated North Macedonia 2-1. Netherlands defeated Iceland 4-0. Poland took out Turkey 2-1. In the CAF World Cup 26 qualifications, Group A, Guinea-Bissau and Egypt tied at 1. Burkina Faso and Sierra Leone tied at 2. That's Group A. In Group C, Benin beat Nigeria 2-1. In Group G, Botswana defeated Somalia 3-1. Algeria defeated Uganda 2-1. Mozambique defeated Guinea 1-0. In qualification, Group H, Equatorial Guinea defeated Malawi 1-0. In Group I, Ghana over Central African Republic 4-3. We are going through, folks. Here we go. In women's USLW League, the Heartland Division, River Light over Rochester 4-1. In the Metropolitan Division, Paisley Athletic and Long Island Rough Riders tied at 4. In the Southeast Division, it was Florida Elite over Tampa Bay United 3-2. In the South Atlantic Division, North Carolina over Fayetteville 5-1. And folks, that is about all of the scoring thusly. 8:39 left, Florida 2, Edmonton 1. Edmonton in trouble, about to drop 0-2, much like the Dallas Mavericks are in a big spot right now. Okay, let's keep going. Invented football. Let's get you a little basketball. Let's see. Do we have any WNBA? Yes, we do. Connecticut Sun defeated the Indiana Fever, of course, 89-72. So that's about all we got there. Ice hockey, I don't think personally. Well, the AHL playoff, Cleveland Monsters in overtime defeated the Hershey Bears 3-2. That is your scoreboard, folks. I don't have to tell you, but this has been a wild night. And Florida just sewed the game up with 7:34 remaining. 7:34 or 7:44? 7:54, somewhere in there. 7:34 left. Florida 3, Edmonton 1. Wow. Okay, in cord cutter news. Back in July of 23, it was reported that Disney was in talks with the NFL, NBA, and Major League Baseball regarding joint ownership of ESPN. Wait a minute. Disney owns 80%. Hearst Media owns 20%. That's joint ownership. Last month, it was reported that Disney is close to a deal with the NFL that would see ESPN take over the NFL network. Now, exact details of the deal are unknown, but early reports said that the NFL would offer their games to be aired on ESPN in exchange for a small share of ESPN. Exactly how much the NFL would own of ESPN is unknown. It is also unknown if this deal will include the NFL taking part ownership of ESPN. Now, according to those folks, the lovely second-class business channel CNBC, the NFL could include Disney taking a stake in the NFL Network, NFL.com, and Red Zone, with ESPN taking over production of all three. This could benefit both sides by giving the NFL access to ESPN productions and Disney access to NFL money. The Wall Street Journal also added that the NFL Plus service could be a part of this deal with Disney. Now, as we said, Disney currently owns 80% of ESPN, and Hearst Media owns 20%. Disney could easily sell part of ESPN to the NFL and NBA and still own a controlling majority of ESPN. So there you go, kiddies. Okay, in other little cord-watching news, Google is launching a new advertising network that serves targeted ads to Google TV-powered streaming boxes and smart TVs. The ad service, known as the Google TV Network, lets advertisers place unskippable in-stream ad spots across more than 125 live channels, many that are fast or free ad-supported streaming TV channels that Google's been hell-bent on getting users to notice. Google says there are 20 million monthly active Google TV and Android TV OS devices, a significant figure for advertisers to consider. The reach can go even further when including YouTube, which reaches over 150 million monthly active viewers in the living room. Google Ads and Google Display and Video 360 users can expand their campaigns to include the Google TV network by checking a new box under YouTube and Google. And that's about all on that one. Wow. When you start reading that fast, ooh. What? Okay, well, we got this just in. NASCAR has changed the Sonoma results shortly after the race ended. Due to the late caution for the stalled number 19 of Martin Truex, NASCAR altered the results of Sunday's Toyota Save Mart 350 at Sonoma Raceway. After seemingly being on his way to a runner-up finish in Sunday afternoon's Toyota Save Mart 350 at Sonoma, Joe Gibbs Racing's Martin Truex Jr. ran out of gas, and his number 19 Toyota ended up coming to a halt just shy of the finish line. Truex, who was in contention for his first win of the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season before being passed by eventual race winner Kyle Larson of Hendrick Motorsports, plummeted down the order and was scored in 27th. NASCAR threw the caution flag after several drivers had finished the race behind Larson, including Front Row Motorsports' Michael McDowell and RFK Racing's Chris Buescher in second and third, respectively. But let's remember the actual lovely thing we like to call the rules. And before we do that, we got a little something to tell you, and it is simply this. Florida's won 3-1. They lead in the series 2-0. Now, when the yellow flag threw, there were still several battles going on throughout the rest of the field around the 12-turn, 1.99-mile natural terrain Sonoma, California road course. One driver going in the wrong direction was Richard Childress Racing's Kyle Busch, who was in the fight for a top 5 finish before contact from Trackhouse Racing Team's Ross Chastain spun him on lap 110 of 110. Busch limped the number 8 car home in 17th. However, as is always the case, the results when drivers first cross the finish line are indeed unofficial, and the Toyota Save Mart 350 provided us with yet another instance of NASCAR adjusting the results after the checker flag this season. It was later ruled that the caution flag came out while Busch was running in 12th place, and given the fact he was still maintaining speed when the yellow conditions were imposed, he was officially scored in 12th. Truex did not maintain the position where he was running simply because he was no longer running, so he still finished in 27th, marking a miserable end to what was a solid comeback drive at a venue where he had previously won 4 times, including last year. While Busch's 12th place finish may not make him feel much better than the 17th, the 5 extra points he gained after checker flag due to NASCAR's revision of the order could be key down the stretch, as he currently finds himself just a few points below the playoff cut line. Following the revision, Busch is 8 points below the playoff cut line instead of 13. So there you go. Oops, you screwed up there, Bunky. Okay, we got about 3 minutes left of the broadcast, and we are getting to the end of the broadcast here. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Let's do the raw results here. From Toledo, Ohio. Here we go. EO Sky with damage control versus Lyra Valkyra. And the winner was EO Sky. Let's just go to the next little bit of fun. A 6-man tag match. LWO, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee with Selena Vega and Braun Strowman versus the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, and Carlito. And the winner of that was the LWO and Braun Strowman. And the non-title match, the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn versus Otis with Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, Maxine Dupree, and Akira Tozawa. And the winner by pinfall, Sami Zayn. And let's see, do we have Shayna tag team match? Shayna Baszler to Zoe Stark took on Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, and the winners were Baszler and Zoe Stark. Braun Breaker took on Ilya Dragunov, and the winner of that obviously was Braun Breaker. And let's see here. World Tag Team Championship, Awesome Truth took on the Authors of Pain with the Final Testament. And the winner by pinfall and still World Tag Team Champs, the Awesome Truth. Let's see. Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor wasn't exactly a match. So there you go. That was your Raw review for right now. We'll have all the review on Tuesday night. We're at 11 o'clock, folks, but on here is our official countdown. We got 10 seconds left. Thanks, everybody, for watching, listening, caring, and, of course, being there for us. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions for the L2C Media Network. I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley for our producer, Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and our associate director and associate producer, Jay the Brain with two N's to avoid legal. Man, I am Steve the Baxman Baxley. Cuckoo Cachoo. Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on the L2C Media Network. Good night. Be good. Drive safely. Don't forget to hug your kids when you get home. Bye.